Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be providing an update on a high growth company that operates in the beverage industry. The name is Golden Grail Technology, and we initially covered this stock about 4 months ago on the channel, and since then they've had a number of exciting developments that I wanted to go through in today's presentation. Now before we do, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of Golden Grail Technology, what you think about the beverage industry overall, and how you think this company stacks up to some of the other players in this space. Now I personally respond to each and every comment, so this is a great way to get a hold of me, and I'd love to hear from you. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing an update on Golden Grail Technologies Corporation, trades under the ticker symbol GOGY on the OTC in the United States. And as mentioned in the intro, this is a company we initially introduced on the channel about 4 months ago. I was super excited about them at that point in time. And since then, we've seen the share price fall off dramatically from a high of about 55 cents back at the end of March to actually close out here on July 14th or Thursday's session sub 15 cents US. So you're now able to pick up shares for just north of 14 cents. You can see they were up about 1% on the trading session, which is just a fraction of what you could have only a couple of months ago. Now, based on this share price decline, obviously you can see market cap has declined as well, you guys. And I think based on the things we're going to talk about in today's presentation, some of the new acquisitions, the new members of the leadership team, the production runs, and the overall excitement for the beverage market itself, this is a great buying opportunity for anyone who's looking for exposure to the beverage sector, which, as we all know through the Monster Energy case study, is an extremely exciting sector to be involved with. Now, when I released my initial coverage or video on Golden Grail Technology, shares were trading at 47 cents, which means for those of you who have already initiated a position, this is a great opportunity to actually average down and bring your average cost or your average cost basis lower. And for those of you who didn't initiate a position or currently don't hold shares in Golden Grail, you're now able to pick up 3 shares for every 1 you could have back in March. Now, obviously, we've seen weakness in equity markets across the board. There's been a number of macro factors or headwinds that have really been pushing stocks lower over the last couple of months, whether we're talking about geopolitical tension, rising interest rates, recession fears, whatever the case is. And a lot of these small caps or penny stock type of companies have been guilty by association, despite their actual businesses and fundamentals improving dramatically over the past couple of months. And that's exactly what I feel the situation is here with Golden Grail Technology and why I'm so excited about this company moving forward. So with that being said, let's get into today's video and talk about some of these exciting developments. Now, as a reminder, or for those of you who maybe missed our initial coverage on Golden Grail Technology, I wanted to jump over to the corporate website. I'll leave a link in the video description below and paint a picture of what this company is all about and the brand portfolio that they've assembled in terms of their various different beverage brands. So on the landing page here, if you continue to scroll down, you can see they're a fast-growing company with a strategic mission to innovate, build, and streamline the growth of its beverage portfolio through fiscally responsible investing. And when we talk about high growth or fast growth, you guys, Golden Grail Technology or Golden Grail Beverages has now acquired 6 different brands in the past 12 months or in just under a year. So that's the kind of growth we're talking about here. And we're actually going to talk about some of these new brands next up in the presentation. And just below their mission statement here, you can see the About Us. Golden Grail has been actively acquiring brands, which we just talked about, within the emerging beverage categories such as energy, flavored water, and sparkling flavored water. Their robust product offerings reach multiple different demographics and lifestyle categories, which is crucially important here, you guys, because you're getting that diversification within the overall beverage category. This creates a dynamic, comprehensive, and diverse beverage portfolio, again, which we're going to look at next up in today's video. we utilize a series of operational technologies to apply its business expertise, financial techniques, and various manufacturing process know-how to improve the economics and performance of each brand while advancing marketing and distribution. So as we talked about in our last video, the beverage category overall is very attractive. There's a lot of new entrants here, but people who are starting up these companies a lot of times underestimate the competition, the logistic challenges, the distribution challenges, and a lot of times these brands end up falling flat. So what Golden Grail Technology does is they go out, they acquire these brands or make strategic acquisitions of these brands that they can then fold into their overall business model and really help propel to the next level. They've also added a number of key people to the leadership team here, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the presentation, which really adds to that expertise or managerial experience at this company. Now, continuing on, their focus on fiscal management and development of beverage brands, which I just alluded to, coupled with their rapidly growing and recognizable portfolio of healthy functional beverages, sets Golden Grail apart as a leader in acquiring and advancing existing beverage brands. And with that being said, this is a look at the various different brands within this portfolio. Now, if you remember in our last video, we covered Tickle Water. That's that premium flavored sparkling water that's targeted towards children and tweens. We also covered the Scorpion Hemp Energy, which is focused on targeting the hemp or the CBD infused drink space. Then we covered Trevi Essence Water, which is a clean label beverage using natural, sugar-free ingredients that are in line with diet trends such as keto, paleo, Whole30, and flexitarian. And then finally, we talked about their energy drink division, which is Spider Energy Drinks. And as you can see here, that represents a huge opportunity for the company. And we're actually going to talk about a production run of the Spider Energy Drink a little bit later in today's video. Now, the two new ones that we did not cover in our last video are Cause Water, so K-O-Z water, and then Cause Water, spelt in a more traditional fashion. Now, the differentiator here, you guys, is one is focused on packaging and one is really focused on the usage itself. So Cause Water is a premium purified and pH balanced water that's packaged in a completely plastic free, either a 12 ounce or 16 ounce can, which is really looking to combat some of the negative effects of traditional plastic bottles or plastic drink packaging. And we're actually going to take a look at this press release and a look at the Cause Water website in a couple of seconds here. Now, the other one, Cause Water, again with traditional spelling here, is a pristine mountain spring water with a cause. So this one's really focused on the mission behind the brand itself. So both brands utilize recyclable aluminum packaging, but Cause Water on the right here also promises to partner with other groups which are going to help reduce global plastic pollution and waste. So really a brand that you can feel good about purchasing that's making a material difference in the world that we live in today. So two great new additions to the overall portfolio or lineup of beverages offered by Golden Grail Technology. Now, I mentioned in my intro there's been a ton of big and exciting developments that have come out since our last release about 4 months ago. So we're going to go through these in chronological order, with the first one actually coming out only a couple of days after our initial release of Golden Grail Technology. So this one came out March 15th and it talks about the acquisition of Cause Water. So this acquisition actually marks Golden Grail Technology's entry into the bottled water category, which is currently the fastest growing category in the beverage industry. And it couples that with sustainable packaging and this social initiative that so many investors are looking for with their various different investments. So in my opinion, this was a great acquisition by Golden Grail Technology. It really rounds out their portfolio. It gives them exposure to the bottled water space, and it gives this purpose or cause behind the brand itself. Now, if we jump over to the Cause Water website, you can see an image of the product there itself. So again, pure mountain spring water. Join the cause today. And immediately below, you can see a number of stats related to the efficiency of recyclable packaging. And it was really interesting to me to see that 75% of all aluminum that's ever been produced is actually still in use today. So that's really mind-boggling when you think of that compared to plastic packaging. And one of the biggest aluminum producers in the world, which is Ball Corporation, has actually pledged that by 2030, they will achieve a global recycling rate for their aluminum products of 90%. So we're talking about millions of tons of aluminum that are actually recycled just here in Canada and the United States each and every year. And each one of these packages or bottles means one less plastic bottle that's going to end up in the ocean or in landfills around North America. So overall, a big addition to their lineup, and another thing that investors should be super excited about with Golden Grail Technology. Now, the next big piece of news actually came out on May 12th, and it talks about Golden Grail Technology actually entering the CBD infused beverage space. So what's interesting here is only 5 days later, May 17th, they actually secured a CBD or cannabis related domain. So it really speaks to the speed at which this company looks to take these products to market. And this article announces their plans to partner with an already established South African manufacturer to bring multiple lines of CBD drinks to the United States. Now, the company they're intending to partner with goes by the name of Cannabis Sativa. They've been in the CBD beverage space for over 7 years, and they have a large selection of hemp, CBD, and THC infused beverages that Golden Grail will be rebranding and introducing in their Cannabis Sativa lineups, which are going to include energy, relax function, teas, and various different infused waters. Now, what's really exciting about this development, you guys, is number one, they've already got a proven track record and products that are in demand. And the second thing here is just the overall enthusiasm and consumer demand for CBD infused beverages. So back in 2018, the CBD infused beverage market was expected to be worth about $86 million. And if you fast forward to 2023, we're looking in the neighborhood of about $1.4 billion. So this represents a compound annual growth rate of approximately 75%, which, very similar to bottled water, is one of the fastest growing sectors within the overall beverage category. Now, Golden Grail is looking to offer a variety of different products within this category. You can see the energy formulation is going to be a proprietary blend of a combination of medigrade CBD at 5 milligrams per serving, alongside plant extracts and a caffeine kick, which is measured at 40 grams per 100 milliliters. So this is really going to be a high energy overall formula or drink for people looking to pursue that type of effect. The relaxing line is going to be composed of that proprietary blend of 10 milligrams of medigrade CBD, along with a blend of different herbs known for their relaxing quality. This one's going to be sugar-free and just slightly carbonated. And then the teas, again, sugar-free, only 5 milligrams of CBD per serving. And the waters, again, 5 milligrams of CBD per serving that are going to come in a recyclable can. So a variety of different products, all focused on the CBD infused beverage space, but really looking to cater to a number of different demographics within this group. Now, coincidentally, also on May 12th, we got another article that came out from the Motley Fool here, you guys, talking about investing in beverage stocks overall. Now, what's interesting about this one is they actually listed out 5 beverage stocks to watch within this article, one of them being Celsius. And this is actually the article here found on the Motley Fool talking about investing in beverage stocks. Now, they list a number of different stocks to keep an eye for. So some of the biggest brands in the world: Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Monster Beverage, which was actually one of the highest growth stocks ever in the public markets. You can see since their IPO in 1992, they're up more than 200,000%, which is absolutely mind-blowing, you guys. And fourth on the list here is Celsius Holdings. Now, you may be asking yourself, why are we talking about Celsius Holdings when this video is focused on Golden Grail Technology? But the thing that's interesting here, you guys, is they've now brought over a number of key players from the team at Celsius to Golden Grail. And that's actually what's listed in this article that came out on May 12th. So you can see Golden Grail Beverages now has a senior level team in place that held C-suite positions at Celsius. So Aaron Height was the former VP of marketing for Celsius, is now the chief marketing consultant at Golden Grail Technology, and Richard Moreland, who was formerly the VP of sales and distributions for Elite FX, which happened to be the manufacturer and marketer for Celsius, is now in charge or heading Golden Grail's sales efforts. So 2 key players from the team at Celsius that have now joined the Golden Grail Technology team. And this is really a key development because, as we've talked about in a lot of these penny stock type of videos, at this point in the game, you guys, you really are investing in the team and the people behind these brands and the experience and the track record that they have behind them. So Aaron and Richard really bring a wealth of experience and can help fast track a lot of the efforts at Golden Grail Technology to get their products to market quicker and more efficiently. So to recap the video so far, we're about halfway through. We've talked about Golden Grail's entrance through Causewater into the bottled water space. We've talked about their entrance into the CBD infused beverage space through this South African partner, Cannabis Sativa. And we've talked about the key members of the Celsius team that have now joined up with Golden Grail Technology. Now, if that's not enough to get excited about, there's a number of other key developments here, again, since our last video that I quickly wanted to go through. So on May 5th, Golden Grail announces their production run of Causewater. So this is great to see, especially going into the hot summer months here, you guys, when consumer demand for bottled water is really at its peak. Then May 19th, they actually announced a production run of their Spider energy drink. Again, this is a huge total addressable market, or TAM, and really sets them up nicely going into those summer months. And most recently on June 7th, Golden Grail announced a production run of what's known as their sketch cans. So these are actually cans that you can draw on or sketch on, again marketed towards teens and kids under their Tickle Water brand. So this is a super exciting one. Again, you can see the summer launch will be just in time for tweens to discover a sketch can and share it when their school starts. So this is going to be backed up by a major social media campaign. You can see a dedicated TikTok and Snapchat channel featuring tweens and grassroots initiatives within the tween market. So again, super exciting here, you guys, and a lot going on to really capitalize on these summer months and back to school. Now, the final article I wanted to spend some time on here really talks about their acquisition of Causewater. So this is the KOZ spelling. This came out on June 14th. And this is that premium purified and pH balanced water that's packaged in completely plastic free, so aluminum, 12 ounce and 16 ounce cans. So again, really trying to allow consumers an alternative to get away from single-use plastics. Now, if we jump over to the Causewater website, you can see the product featured here. The tagline is bottled water made better. So if you think of major social gatherings, obviously the pandemic has eased now, you guys. A lot of this stuff really takes flight in summer. So outdoor adventures, concerts, sporting events, and just outdoor life in general. Single-use plastic water bottles are oftentimes the only option at these type of outings. And that's where Causewater comes in and really offers consumers an alternative that they can feel good about because it's 100% recyclable. So really focused on the packaging itself to help avoid some of these scenes we see playing out around the world right now, with thousands and thousands of single-use plastic water bottles washing up along our beaches. And a couple of stats that I found super disturbing here, you guys. Every second, 1,500 plastic bottles are thrown away around the world. And by 2050, they're expecting, or there's a chance that we'll have more plastic in our oceans than fish. So as someone who's a new parent, we actually had our second child just last week. These stats are super concerning and definitely something I would like to get away from in terms of my consumer habits. And the final point I'll make on the Causewater acquisition here, you guys, is this marks Golden Grail Technology's record time in terms of acquisition to production. So not only is the company continuing to add brands to their portfolio, but they're getting more efficient in terms of actually turning these brands around, integrating them, folding them in, and bringing them to production or to consumers. And you can see Golden Grail actually announced the acquisition of Causewater on June 14th, which we looked at. It's exceeded all expectations on streamlining their acquisition to production process. And the article goes on to say Golden Grail Beverages is experiencing phenomenal growth. The company has been driven by the success of its management team, which they've added to here, executing on the mission of building their beverage portfolio through fiscally responsible investing. To date, the company now has 6 brands, which again have been acquired in the last 12 months. They've entered into new production runs for Spider Energy, the Tickle Water sketch cans, which we talked about, and Causewater, and they're ramping up for the summer season of sales. And as we talked about in the intro, you're now able to pick up shares at a fraction of the price you could have only a couple of months ago. So not only is the company executing on all levels here, you guys, they're bringing on new team members, new brands, new production runs, but the fact that you're able to pick up shares at under 15 cents US is absolutely mind-blowing for a company of this size with this amount of growth ahead of them. And with that being said, the final thing I wanted to bring up in today's presentation, you guys, is actually in relation to the short interest, or the number of shares that are held short in Golden Grail Technology. And as you can see here, this is from fintel.io. If we scroll down through the short report here, you can see over the last couple of months, you guys, we've actually seen an increase in the short position of shares of GOGY or Golden Grail Technology. We're now sitting at about 14,000 shares short compared to some of the lows we saw in November of only about 600 shares. So this to me indicates we may be setting up for a potential short squeeze here, you guys, where you can see very quick upward momentum in a stock's price when you get really positive developments around a company like we're seeing from Golden Grail Technology. So for those reasons, I'd be super interested to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. This is a company that's firing on all cylinders right now. The share price has found a bottom, and I think it's really presenting a great buying opportunity for those of you looking for exposure to the high growth beverage space. If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value. So make sure you hit the like button before you leave. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.